Hi, folks. So my name is Stephen Kelso, and I run the asset management arm of NKB. And our objective is to be the trusted blockchain investment partner of our professional and institutional clients. So NKB itself is a crypto investment bank. It was set up as the vision of Boris Zaloni, who was one of the co-founders of AVG and a cybersecurity pioneer, together with Chris Baxter and a group of us who work together at Renaissance Capital. So what I'm going to do is basically share with you some of the insights of our institutional clients and what they're looking for. So in a nutshell, three things. Firstly, they're looking for institutional grade access. They are looking for a partner to hold their hand that they can trust, and they're looking for sustainability of both the business model and the culture of that partner. So if we just look at each of those in turn, in terms of sort of institutional access, clearly everybody here, every one of us, we want to see the whole crypto blockchain technology recognized as a sustainable force for good. None of us wants to see it dashed on the rocks amid a torrent of negative headlines about the lack of governance standards or regulation. And institutional clients in particular really struggle with crypto AML, KYC, and the lack of reputational safeguards that regulation affords them. So institutional clients, they want straightforward access into crypto, not some convoluted route via a dozen intermediaries, all adding fees. And they want traditional standards of investment governance, together with the new world agility that decentralization promises. So not all the old world incumbents are going to suddenly wake up one day as these new agile startups. Nor are today's startups going to suddenly wake up one morning with all the gravitas and experience and lessons learned of the old incumbents. But the incumbents are going to have to adapt or die. And it's really for the incumbents to adapt more quickly than these new entrants can gain traction. And that's really sort of the big game that we're seeing and we're hearing back from institutional clients. The second thing, obviously, is the issue of trust. Now, in my opinion, I believe the crypto investment opportunity now has got very strong parallels with both the derivatives investment boom of the 90s and the emerging markets investment boom of the 2000s. Now, both of those were absolutely monstrous game changers for investment banks, for hedge funds, and for the then fairly modest number of capital markets players. So if you actually stop and think about what is an emerging market, there's typically two main characteristics. One is a less well understood or consensus view of the fundamentals, and the second is a much more volatile liquidity base, which in turn drives volatility of pricing. But if you stop and think, isn't that where we are today with the whole crypto opportunity? In terms of the lack of understanding of fundamentals, much more volatile pricing. So, as I say, the crypto investment opportunity, in my mind today, is so much bigger, way bigger, for a number of reasons. Firstly, because billions of people now have a voice. Because of the socio and the geopolitical events that have unfolded since the great financial crisis of 2008 and afterwards, and obviously because today we have the technology that supports it. So to use a technical derivatives expression, I believe the opportunity is absolutely hoofing. It is massive compared to both the derivatives and the emerging markets opportunities that we've seen before. And this is actually what we're all part of, and there's plenty to go round. That's the good news. Institutional investors, in our experience, are seeking partners who have seen the movie before and have learnt the lessons from the myriad plot twists along the way. That, in my opinion, is why so many of us who have come into crypto from traditional financial services share a background in either derivatives, emerging markets, or both. Institutional clients find it easy to trust someone if they can point to having done something before and can credibly demonstrate that they're likely to do it even better again. And that's really what we're focused on in NKB. So the last of the three issues is that of sustainability. So, institutional clients absolutely, first and foremost, are looking for that investment performance track record. You have to make the dough, and you have to make the dough in a sustainable manner. The second thing that clients are looking for as well is empathy and relevance to clients' requirements. So gone are the old days of asset management when you could adopt the mantra, if we build it, they will come. No longer. That's over. You have to actually start with that man or woman, client that you have, that investor, and ask what is it that they need. And that's fundamental these days. The third thing on the list here is an awareness of where we are in the global macro investment cycle. And that is very important, obviously. So those first three things, in my experience, are really those are demonstrated by every successful hedge fund, asset manager, and wealth manager that I'm aware, those top three. But the fourth one is the fourth factor that actually crypto investment businesses, in my opinion, have to really focus on, is that of culture. So culture is the strategy at most successful organizations. And if you actually look at the crypto case, you've got two pretty distinct cultures that are very often stereotyped. There's a lot of labeling of this old school, traditional investment guys, typically with their institutional clients and their institutional tone. And then, of course, you've got this new age crypto kids who have typically come from a background either in online gaming or on internet marketing, and they typically have a retail client focus. And this set they have had to, well, first of all, they've been able to adopt new technologies more quickly, and they have learnt, through experiences like the Safe Port Act, that they have to make hay while the sun shines. So you've got these two very strong, very potent, very capable cultures, but actually assimilating them together, homogenizing them, blending them, is non-trivial. And, this was certainly something that we wrestled with a lot. This was probably our number one challenge at the outset when we set up NKB some time ago. So, in my opinion, I think it's clear that the teams that will succeed will be those, to use an expression from the last panel talk, the coexistence of those cultures and the blending of those cultures is going to be absolutely imperative, because institutional clients, institutional investors, that's what they're going to be looking for, particularly with these new businesses. So we've recently seen, obviously, some headwinds in the crypto asset pricings in the last few months. In our opinion, there are going to be way stronger headwinds on the path ahead, particularly within ICOs and other crypto areas of the business. That's what I'm referring to when I say crypto winter is coming. And it's that focus on the sustainability of delivering what any asset management has to do, investment performance, empathy and relevance to clients, and the macro cycle awareness, but also built on a foundation of that solid culture. And that's how we're bracing for the crypto winter at NKB. So institutional clients, as I say, are really looking for partners who can demonstrate the sustainability of both that business model and the culture. So that's it. That's it from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Steve. Thanks very much. Does anybody have any questions for Steve? No? We're done?
Yeah.
One? No.
That's a great kind of background to what's happening in the industry. NKB, what exactly is your company's mission and role?
So we have set up a crypto investment bank, specifically focused on crypto, so forward-looking technology, forward-looking applications, but very much built upon the existing customer journey, very much built along the traditional structure of an investment bank. So we have two sides of the business. We have a broker-dealer, which is built around our core research department. We're one of very few providers out there actually with a research product and a research department. Also in the broker-dealer side, we have our principal investments, and we have our ICO corporate advisory piece. We also do some, I would call it, matchmaking rather than market making, broking, but that is not a primary initiative for us. That is, frankly, more a sort of reverse inquiry business. So that's the broker-dealer piece. Then what I'm running is the asset management piece. Again, very separate, given the fiduciary responsibilities of managing other people's money. But what we are essentially setting ourselves up to be is that partner for specifically institutional clients who, remember, they have crafted their own customer journeys, and they very much need that old world traditional set of investment governance in particular. So that's why we have essentially copied the formula, copied the structure with which they're already very familiar and comfortable, and frankly have built their own businesses around, but to provide these blockchain investment opportunities. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Anybody else?
Okay.
No? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.